What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the book club, and we are going through technical difficulties today because of the weather. We have crappy weather going on right now, and it is
Mm.
really messing with our connection. So bear with us. I mean, we're going to try and get through this episode. We've taken down like the virtual backgrounds that I had behind me, and so you got to stare at all my sports stuff. And it fits for her. It fits for Marnie. Marnie, what's up, by the way? It's been so long since I've seen you. Uh,
It
it actually,
kind of feels like it 'cause you've been working those hours.
yeah, but we got to do this. But big news this week for our brand for Sports Media X. I started a partnership under Sports Media X with the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is on a limited basis, but it looks like I'm going to get a handful of games to sit in the press box for through May. So I think it's like 6 games, counting 2 exhibition games at the end of spring training, and then probably another handful of games for the remainder of the year. But this is how you start out with a new brand, right? You got to
Yeah.
build from scratch. This is exactly what I'm teaching people to do. So honestly, I got exactly what I thought I was going to get as a brand new brand. And I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it.
Right.
Especially given the popularity surge of the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are
Yeah.
the National League champions. Um, Dodgers are pumping up for this season with Shohei Ohtani and the other acquisitions that they had. I know they brought back Kershaw. So, I mean, the Dodgers have shown that they can't just get by on talent alone, even though they paid for a hell of a lot more talent in the offseason. The Diamondbacks look good. I'm not trying to turn this into a sports show, but just to let everybody know from the Sports Media X perspective, the SMX Inner Circle is about growing your brand and taking the steps that you need so you can
Yeah.
build these partnerships and so you can build your brand. Okay.
Yeah.
So it works. Obviously, I'm doing it. So listen to me or don't listen to me. Just like what I do works. Building partnerships, building relationships does work if you're willing to put in the effort. So today we are going over secret number 15, conversation domination, which, I mean, I'm not sure if he just threw that title together, because when you look at everything that he talks about in the chapter, he doesn't talk too much about as much about just having a conversation as he does basically putting together a publishing plan
Right.
for the different channels,
Right.
which is something that he's talked about throughout the entire book.
It's just like a format for how to do it all under one umbrella.
Yeah, and there are things that I took from it, like his schedule on like I think it's like you've got. He talks about, okay, so first off, let me back up because my ADD is everywhere today. It's like the weather. It's hailing 1 second and it's sunny 15 seconds later. True story. So he starts out talking about how you should not start out trying to be on every single platform. But then he jumps to how you can actually be on every platform if you understand what every platform is used for, and you can actually create what he calls master show to create all the content that you need. Just one show, I think it's
For
like
across
1
all the
hour long
platforms.
show, probably, to be able to take bits and pieces of each master show, and you take this piece and this piece fits with this platform, and then this piece fits with this platform. So for example,
Right.
he talks about how the master show basically breaks down into, like, let's say 10 different items. You've got the live current events, You've got the monologue, the opening, your opening story, right? Everybody loves stories. People relate better to stories. Okay. Then he's got the interview, right? Your interview with your Dream 100 with your experts, right? Like, for example, when I did the interview with Janine Hernandez, the author and founder of the Book Publishing Academy, my Q&A with her can be one part of like an Instagram post, which is where you do your Q&A collabs, your images, and your quotes. Okay. It can also be like a how to. I can take parts of that interview, how to self-publish your book and put that on YouTube, which is where your how-to stuff goes. Right. When I want to learn something now, I go to YouTube. No lie. 2 days ago, yesterday, our pilot light in our heater went out. What did I do? I went on YouTube. Said how to reignite the
right,
pilot
the water
light.
heater.
Found it, followed it. We have hot water. All right. And more importantly, I did not blow up the house. That is a key point here.
That
right?
is a key
I
point.
followed the experts on YouTube in the how-to videos, and we still have a house to live in. Very important. I'm not going to lie. When I first hit that ignition switch, and it went from just a flame to I was like, I think we're good. Hold on. 10-second rule. Hold on. Let me make sure nothing's going to explode while I'm standing right next to this thing. Deep breath. Go back in. We're good. How to. All right. So he talks about, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 different parts of conversation domination. You have your master show, which has all of these different parts to break down: your monologue, your interview, your live Q&A, your Q&A collabs, your top 10 list, your how-tos, your large stories, your quotes, and your final thoughts. And then he breaks down basically where to share all these. So your blog.
Yeah.
So for on CoachJeffDemers.com, there's a button that says articles. They're in the navigation bar. You click on articles. That's where your top 10 list would go, right?
Yeah,
like I just created a top 20 greatest players in Diamondbacks history. Yeah. So that type of stuff goes in your blog. Side note, ADD moment, stay with me here. I wrote an article 2 weeks ago telling the story on how I used a movie quote to nail down my first full season media credentials with the Diamondbacks 8 years ago. This is when we were under our internet media group, right? And I was trying to build it. As I'm having the meeting with the Diamondbacks VP of communications yesterday, he's like, sometimes you got to start over and sometimes you got to try new things, right? Because they know I've covered them in the past.
Yeah.
But he's basically trying to get to the point to where he's saying, you're not going to get what you used to because you're small, right? You're back to being small. And I said, trust me, I know. And I referred to the article. And as soon as I even mentioned like the article for a second, he's like, yeah, we know that article. That it's been passed around the office. I was like, you guys read my article. Awesome. It's a completely true story. The story is 100% true. I
went viral with the people it applied to. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The people that I was applying to work with, my blog went viral in their office.
Yeah.
Loved it. You'll never know who's going to read your stuff. Get it out there.
Yeah.
All right. So quotes, final thoughts. So basically you take your blog, that's your top 10 list, that's your stories, right? And then your Instagram posts are your Q&A collabs, your images, and your quotes. Okay. Your YouTube is all your how-to stuff, right? If I want to do how to get traffic by following Russell Brunson's Traffic Secrets, right? All of these, by the way, all these book clubs are on our No Boss, No Rush YouTube channel. New YouTube channel, but we got a few followers already, which is wicked cool. Make sure, by the way, go to YouTube, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Thank you in advance. All right. And then your podcasts are your monologues and your interviews, right? Like tomorrow, Super Bowl's in town, or not in town, it's close, 24 hours north of us.
Yeah.
4.5 if you're driving.
Yep.
Actually, that should be reversed. 4.5 if I'm driving.
That's actually my record. 4 hours and 15 minutes from Phoenix to Vegas.
Side note: if you keep track of your records, chances are you're probably not the safest driver. Like, you're not going to get the progressive discount. Okay, I'm just throwing this out there. I refer to my perfect driving record, being an Uber driver for 9 years, having over 13,000 trips in one of the most dangerous places to drive in America, because half of them on the west side don't speak English. True story. I know this because when the sign clearly says no turn, no right turns on red, and everybody's turning. All right. Anyway, no accidents, no tickets, none. 13,000.
You know, the only accident I've had in my entire adult life is when a girl rear-ended me at a drive-through.
Oh, I've been rear-ended. There's no sexual innuendo in that whatsoever.
You always say that like I've had so many accidents on my record. I don't.
You've gotten
the only one that I've had in my entire adult life since I was 18 years old. Someone else's fault because she was texting.
If the speed limit says 65 and you're going more than 75, just saying, there's a speed limit for a reason. All right. Yes, I'm that old. I'm the get off my lawn. Yeah, that's me. All right. I follow the rules. I follow the rules to the letter or the number of the law, for that matter. All right, back to it. So he says that there is a way, right? There is a way to take one piece of content. For Russell, his master show is his Marketing Secrets, which is one of the top podcasts out there, right? And or he'll take a class that he gives or a webinar or something like that, and he will have it broken down into these different segments, and his team writes the post in his words, basically, because they know him so well, and sends it out there. All right. Now, with that being said, unless you have no life like me and Marty, right, and you have time to make all these posts, or unless you actually have a team working for you, what I recommend for the first year, and it actually says it in this chapter, if he was to sit down, if Russell Brunson was to sit down with you, the number one piece of advice he would give you about growing online is to pick one platform and master it for a year.
Master it. Yeah.
For a year. I'm actually in the middle, in the direct middle. I'm on page 88 of 176 pages of this book, Create, Don't Capture, which, by the way, not out there. I'm special. I have a copy. Moving on. But it teaches you about how you can take one platform and be consistent for a certain amount of time, 6 months to a year, and absolutely go from 500 followers to 500,000 followers just by being consistent. And Eric Thane, I message him back and forth on Instagram all the time because that's basically where he's at. Thane, Thayne. We would do this book for Book Club if it was readily available. It's not. Again, I got one. You don't. Suck it. Moving on. That was uncalled for. No, it wasn't. I'm bragging. I got one, right? We paid to go to the event. For going to the event, I got a free copy of his book. So if I were to pick one right? Just one platform, it would probably be Instagram, because you can do IG Shorts, you can do IG Live, you can do your images, you can do your quotes. And here's the thing, with a hero funnel, also known as link in the bio funnel, you can put everything you're working on. You might be working in 10 different companies, you might have 10 different things going on. But with a link in the bio funnel, it only takes one link. They click on it, and then they go in and they see, oh, he's got a free Launch Your Sports Brand Challenge. Oh, he's a business coach. I can actually work with him. Oh, he's got a sports podcast. Oh, he's got a business podcast. Oh, he's partnered with this brand. Oh, he's partnered with this brand. But instead of trying to figure out what to put in your bio, because every platform tells you to put a link. Tell them about yourself. And everybody usually puts, oh, I'm going to put my website, or I'm going to put my podcast,
Right.
or I'm going to put this. But you only pick one, right? And for a minute there, you actually struggle. If you have more than one, you got to sit there and think about it. But if you have a hero funnel or a link in the bio funnel, which I've shown people how to do in, I believe I've shown it in the inner circle. If not, I can do another video for the inner circle, but I believe it's in the inner circle training on how to do a link in the bio funnel. You can have everything under one roof. Everything under one roof. And if you want an example of what that looks like, go to Instagram, look up The Rock. I don't need you to give you his real name. You know damn well what his real name is. Look him up, click on his link. He has a link in the bio. Thank you. He has a link in the bio funnel. He does. And it's got everything from his gear, his tequila, his movies, his favorite music, his like everything you want to know about The Rock inside and out, his charities. It's all under one link.
Yeah.
All right. Just one. I am working on ours for No Boss, No Rush, for like everything's going to be under one link.
Yeah.
Same concept for the master show. But everything that you need to do for all the channels, if you are going to use all of these, into one master show, and then segment. Take this segment, put it on your blog. Take this segment, put it on Instagram. Take this segment, put it on YouTube. Take this segment, put it in your podcast.
It is a lot easier way, I think, to deal with the amount of information you're trying to put out there. Is if you treat it all like it's one, then it's easier to parcel out, well, this is more appropriate for Instagram, and this is more appropriate on YouTube, and this is more appropriate for Facebook. And yeah, it's a pretty good way of looking at it.
That's pretty much, I mean, the first quarter of this year for No Boss, No Rush, Coach Chef Demers, No Boss, No Rush, by the way, is our parent company, No Boss, No Rush, LLC, is organization. The first quarter is organization. Yes, I'm building new funnels. Yes, I've got new challenge programs coming out. Yes, I'll have webinars coming out and so on and so forth. But it's all so I can start getting organized. So the first quarter is organization. And part of that comes with organizing my publishing plan. Throughout this book, we've gone through 5 or 6 different platforms with 5 or 6 different publishing plans. And it can be really, really confusing. Yeah. Fortunately for me, I have an awesome secretary that actually broke it down in a chart for me. Which, by the way, I think we may actually give that away as a lead generation source. Your chart is awesome, and I think we may give that away for people that like or subscribe to maybe our YouTube channel or something, right? Because the way you broke that down is absolutely awesome. Like I look at that every day now, ever since you sent it to me. I haven't taken too much action on it because I've been busy. We just launched our challenge funnel last night, and I'm still creating the content for the challenge on Monday. That's how busy we are. But I'm getting people to sign up right now. Which, by the way, hey, there's a free challenge going on. teaching you how to write your content and start really building the foundations of your brand. Starts on Monday. If you want to sign up for it, I believe there's a link in the SMX Inner Circle. If not, I will put one into the SMX Inner Circle, and it's absolutely free. Yes, I have a program to sell at the end, but the first 3 days are free. All right, absolutely, it's good content. I've already got the outline. I know exactly what I'm going to teach, and majority you can definitely benefit.
benefit. Honestly, be a little silly not to take advantage of the free portion. Very least.
Yeah, I sign up for free stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going to sell me something, but I always learn
Yeah.
and I implement what I learn.
Yeah.
Just because you know they're going to sell you something doesn't mean you have to go and buy something.
It's more
right?
Even the right way to phrase it would be they're going to try to sell you something. If you honestly don't want to spend your money, you're not gonna. Nobody's going to make you.
Yeah.
You
Plus,
have to
it's
say
not
no.
like
No.
all we're selling through our
Get your free
challenge.
stuff.
And I'll probably do a course on this, on how to create a challenge for your brand, for Photoshop, for your racing leagues, for whatever it is that you're trying to do, or photography, not Photoshop. I could not give you a class on Photoshop. Like, I've used Photoshop like maybe once, maybe. Anyway, but I could probably break down how to actually do a challenge for your brand. I think, let me know in the comments if you're still watching through this, if you want to see how to build a challenge funnel for your brand. I will go ahead and do that. That's pretty much all I have. Do you have anything else for today? We're going in, by the way, the end of Secret 15 hints at growth hacking, which is the third section of the book. So next week, where secret number 16 is the funnel hub. And it's interesting that he put that in here, because I just started to learn how to use a funnel hub probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty fresh in mind. So I can't wait to start learning about that. I think for the SMX Hacker Nation, I am going to pull up your chart. I think for training, for the VIP training, I'm gonna pull up your chart and
all I would
walk them
say
through
is I mean, I don't know that if it's going to be using it's listening right now, but the advice on sticking to one until you've mastered it and then moving forward.
Yeah.
I listed everything described in the book in a chart. So you want each week, etc.
Yeah, just figure it out which one that you want to do, because you have it broken down into days too. So if you just want to do Instagram, or you just want to do podcasting, or whatever it is you want to do, go to the chart and be like, okay, Monday I need to do this for this much time.
Yeah.
Tuesday I need to do this for this much time. Oh, there's nothing to do for it on Wednesday, but there is something to do for it on Thursday. So Thursday I need to do this much time. So it's actually very well broken down. Who are you picking for the big game?
The Niners. I've been saying.
All right. Keep that in mind, that we're both picking the Niners, and we've got a guy covering the Chiefs that's going to be on the show tomorrow. So
I know.
It should be fun. He's a friend of the show. Like, he keeps coming back for some reason. He likes us.
He is.
I don't understand why, but he's cool. His name's Jordan Anderson from Sports Talk 810 out of Kansas City. So tune in tomorrow for that show.
Well,
that's it. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. We will see you later for the VIPs, SMX Hacker Nation. I will be on to show you. You will see firsthand this awesome chart that Lady M, Ms. Marnie, made for me. So we'll see you later.